It's time now for the PHL 11 o'clock news on this Friday night, August 7th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. 11 o'clock news on this late Friday night, August 7th, 2015. Here are your news on 909 talk to you at 11 o'clock. Here is in Santana, Colorado, where James Holmes will spend the rest of his life in prison for killing 12 people and wounding 70 more at the Aurora, Colorado movie theater. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump said Friday night at the Fox News channel anchor Megyn Kelly had blood coming out of her eyes when she aggressively questioned him during the Thursday's presidential debate. Washington, Senator Chuck Schumer's rebuke of President Obama's nuclear deal with Iran is stinging, but it's likely it isn't enough to derail the historic accord. And Arlington, Texas, that a named burglary suspect is dead after a shot in a struggle with a police officer to showroom of a North Texas car dealership. Jihadists storming a hotel where United Nations staff members were standing in central Mali on Friday seized hostages and killing at least 5 Malian soldiers, and a United Nations contractor the government said. Typhoon Sodolo made landfall on Taiwan before daybreak on Saturday, lashing the island with torrential rain and winds up to 129 miles an hour, and leaving at least 4 people dead and nearly 2 million without power. In Seoul, North Korea, which was already out of sync with much of the world, announced on Friday that it would take a step further. In Kabul, Afghanistan, Afghanistan's capital was rocked by 2 attacks on Friday, including a suicide bomber who killed 27 students and wounded 26 others at the National Police Academy. A 40-day said. Suspected militants posing as tenants entered in an apartment building and acted as a secure blogger in Bangladesh's capital in the 4th such deadly attack in the history, police said. Istanbul, dozens of Christian civilians are missing and believed to be captives of Islamic State extremist groups after it seized the town in central Syria this week, according to the conflict about the groups at the Syrian Orthodox Church. Officials say an American Airlines flight has landed safely in Philadelphia International Airport after a crew declared an emergency. In Sacramento, California, Transgender California prison debate will be pearled soon with a Buddha controversial court order requiring the state to pay for gender reassignment surgery, state prison officials said late Friday. In Ferguson, Missouri, Adrian Shawspire had no formal experience teaching young people how to find work, but after seeing his town torn apart in the wake of the Michael Brown's death last year, the Ferguson resident and football coach decided he needed to help the town. A newborn baby is found dead with severe head trauma in an apartment building 20 out in Queens may have fallen and burned out of the window, police said. After another month of solid job increases in July and Hartland and uptick in wages, something else is more likely to rise in the fall. Interest rates. Russian workers throw peaches over their truck outside of the city of Novosibirsk, about 600 kilometers from Moscow. Russian officials on August 6th steamrolled tons of cheese as they began a controversial drive to destroy Western food smuggled across the city. Brussels Athens, Greece is on a track to complete a deal on a third bailout by Tuesday and possibly get a first disbursement of May. August 20th meeting key payment. The sources familiar with a conference call of senior EU finance officials late on Friday said. Billionaire investor and corporate administrator Carl Icahn did a 180-degree turn Friday and said yes to Donald Trump's offer to be his Treasury Secretary if Trump were win the U.S. presidential election. The Ebola outbreak that started more than a year ago seems to be worried at last. But now, West Africa faced another difficulty. More than 15,000 people survived the virus, and many have lingering health problems that cause troubles like depression. Legionnaire disease is a severe form of pneumonia caused by a type of bacteria called Legionnaire. According to the CDC, New York City issues different lists about Legionnaire's disease outbreak. Francis Alden Kelsey, FDA still clear to save U.S. babies from Falmouth, is dead. Morgan & Morgan announced that it is investigating potential claims against the board of directors merge Healthcare Incorporated concerning possible breaches of security. Peter Chella News Time is now 11:04 here on this late Friday night. Here, and it is time now for a Trevor Report here. On this late Friday night here. And it shows some smooth sailing on our west byways, New England, except for some few slow spots. 195, and on the westbound side, a little slow for the Somerset stretch. Route 24 in the northbound side. The next to the round, Route 195 in Fall River. So expect some delays here. 495 in the northbound side, so for Route 140 in Franklin. 299 in the westbound side, so after Route 146 in West Air. Mass back in the eastbound side, a little slow around. Route 120 in Western Air. Mass back in the eastbound side, so from also all the way out to Boston University. Mass back in the eastbound side, so from Southeast Expressway all the way out to Logan Airport. 93 to southbound side, so from Somerville all the way up to Zakin Bridge here. 495, slow before 290 in Marlborough here. 93 in the northbound side, so from Hooks to Toll Plazas there. And the main turback's looking good from Good to Augusta here. Okay, looking at MBTA alerts here at 11:05 here. Ferry system is looking good on the subway. 7 on SL5 Express Mountain Lanes to the Disabled Bus, and on the Career Rail, it's looking good. Peter Tell News on 11:06 here, and it's time now for our weather reporter. Tonight, blue sky, lower end 55 degrees, light north wind. Saturday, south sky about 78 degrees, north east with about 6 to 9 miles an hour here. Saturday night, Podcast got about 57 degrees, north with about 6 miles an hour. Sunday, Wilson south sky about 76 degrees, the north east with about 8 miles an hour here. Saturday night, Podcast got about 36 degrees. Monday, Wilson south sky about 67 degrees. Monday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 a.m. Wilson south sky about 60 degrees and chance of 30%. Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms before 7 a.m. Then showers like possibly a thunderstorm between 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Clouds got about 74 degrees and chance of 6%. Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Most clouds got about 63 degrees, chance of 30%. Wednesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms before 3 p.m. Pottsville got about 80 degrees and chance of 40%. Wednesday night, Podcast got about 60 degrees. Thursday, Wilson Sunday, Podcast got about 80 to about 59 degrees. Friday, Wilson got about 82 degrees. Not temperature at 11:07 p.m. 59 degrees with foggy mist skies and humidity 90%. That's me for the Peter channel. 11 o'clock news that'll take Friday night, August 7th, 2015. Please have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good night.